Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Create Astral. Now, between episodes, I have batch crafted a bunch more molten silicon, and I've turned it into some more processors, so now we should have a few more components to continue with the automation over there. So, what I've also done since last time is I've continued this line of cables further to the bone mill drawer over here, and here I'm gonna need to connect it with a export bus to this bone mill deployer, and here I have actually used my level emitter to power a clutch when the level of this basket gets to full. Hopefully I'm gonna connect a storage bus to this basket and a storage bus to the bone mill drawer, and then this level emitter is going to read the amount of roses, and when there are more than 100 it will emit the signal, so that I don't spend too much bone meal on those and don't end up dropping them here and causing lag from all the item entities. So all I need to do is just connect them. So export bus goes in here. Oops, no, not what I meant to do. Now I need to grab a bone mill to set the filter on this again. Here you go. You're a bone mill deployer, even though I'm probably not gonna need it if this is set to bone mill anyway. But still, just in case. So this goes all the way here, connects to this. And now I put a storage bus onto here, and it should in theory fill the deployer now with the bone mill. Yes, it's filling with bone mill, right. And another storage bus here. Yep. That should hopefully all work now. So now I just connect rotational power here, and this will begin automatically producing roses as long as there are less than 100 of them here. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Can I just do this? Yes. So this is now a roses only basket, and the basalt will not go in there. Now all I need is to power this and to complete the final piece of this, which will be the blood farm, which is gonna need the fish from the sponges. So let's get on that. Okay, so I've placed down my melter over here and prepared a few materials for our next setup. Now we need to connect two things to this melter. To the top part we of course connect the fish conveyor probably, and I think I'll place the fish setup maybe back here. And to the bottom part, the seared fuel tank, I'll of course need to connect lava. I could of course fuel it with charcoal, but I think setting up a lava automation is something we should do anyway. So what I also did because of this is I moved this interface, this whole subnet thing, from over there to here. And the reason why is because I want to do the lava automation using Applied 362 and also in a separate subnet. And what I can do here is just connect a export bus to the tank. And now I can just drag lava from here like this. And now it should be only able to export lava from the system until this is full. Then now we can just make the lava automation elsewhere, maybe somewhere around this area. Now, to make lava there are several recipes, but the most efficient of them is using the netherrack. And the netherrack can also be acquired in a few ways. The mixing, for example, we can use cobblestone with cinder flour and lava, which is not exactly great. The cinder flour is just netherrack dust with water, and netherrack dust from crushing one we get one back and a 50% chance of a second one, so we would need a netherrack duper, sort of, using the lava and crushing wheels to constantly crush it, water it, then mix it with cobble, which is a bit of a convoluted approach, and I think I'm going to go for a more direct one, even if it is more costly, which is bulk hunting soul sand. Of course, we can get soul sand by bulk hunting regular sand, which we get by crushing gravel, which we get by crushing cobblestone. So it all comes back to cobblestone. Now, if you note the ratio back here in the lava recipe, it's 4 andesite dust to 2 netherrack, or 2 cobblestone. And we get andesite dust by crafting cobblestone or milling flint, which is all not really great, or we get it from crushing andesite. And what we get is 1 cobblestone and 2 andesite dust with a 90% chance. So we almost get the exact same ratio that we need for the lava. So I think what I'm gonna do is just have an overflow drawer for the cobblestone or maybe the sand or gravel. I think what I'll do is I'll have a drawer for every intermediary component, so sand, gravel, and then I'll have an void upgrade on one of them, well, a lava bucket in this mod that we have with the drawers, so that the excess cobblestone get destroyed since there is not always 2 andesite. And yeah, so basically what I need to do is set up one of those andesite growth chambers, then split the output into andesite dust and cobblestone, and then I crush the cobblestone twice and hunt it twice. And mix that all back together into lava. Now I will need a liquid blaze burner so that it is fueled by the same lava that it produces, but that's a loss I am willing to take. We are already producing the lava in the most lossless way otherwise, because if you notice, all the other lava recipes, well, not the superheated one, but this takes lava to make lava, and this takes lava to make lava, but this one does not, and we can't superheat yet, so yeah, this is the most lossless one that we can get. So let's get to designing this line. Now let's work backwards again and start by placing the final components, that being the blaze burner with the basin and mixer. Now, you're probably going to have 2 conveyors coming in on the sides and a pipe just pumping in from here back into the burner and then into a storage tank of some kind. Don't know if I want it on the front or back, I'll decide on that later. But for now, let's lay down the conveyors. No, they'll need to be in the ground, or better, everything. So let's do something like this. Start with. That seems about right. We'll change the length later if needed. And the panels will go on here. Now, first the hunting. I'm thinking of maybe having 1 fan on the top and 1 on the side to do this. And there's gonna be probably a drawer for the soul sand and 1 for the regular sand. So I think I can extend this funnel here. That way, if we place a campfire here, the items should not go past it until they are fully haunted. Now, I'm not sure if this will work exactly as I think it does, so just in case, I will place 2 campfires and 2 fans here. Now, it should work on the same level as the belt, but again, just making it flush with the floor seems nicer. So now we do the same thing again. Another drawer, another funnel here, here, and here. And yes, we will need to expand these belts considerably, it seems like. So, another here. Actually, you know, we could turn these belts, but just having it in a line feels somewhat nicer. So, 2 campfires again, here and here. Oops, grabbed the wrong thing. The fan here. Gonna have to make sure they're all spinning in the correct direction later. And for symmetry's sake, let's do this as well. It looks more industrial that way, kind of, it seems like. Now, 2 sets of crushing wheels. And I will probably have a drawer between each, or at least one for the sand. So, another drawer right here. Another pair of funnels for this one. We're not gonna need a extended one, because we're not bulk processing anything with fence. So, oops, not what I meant to do. I need vertical gearboxes here and here, and actually I shouldn't have removed that shaft because we do this. And that's actually a little pro tip on how to always get the crushing wheel rotation direction correctly, because when the belt is going this way and you have 2 vertical gearboxes like that, the crushing wheels will rotate in the same direction as the belt. Now another drawer will go here, and yes, this will be actually the one for the sand. So what I'll need to do, yes, of course, I forgot that this is where I need to do this. So for the sand, of course, before the main drawer that actually accepts the sand, I want this one, the double drawer, which is going to filter out the clay and the flint, which comes from crushing gravel. We get sand and a 10% chance of flint and a 5% chance of clay, so this is going to be an automation of those as well. I'll probably need to put a lava bucket in each one too, so that it doesn't clog up, you know, and break the whole system. So I'll probably have storage buses on each of these, so that my main system has access to them. And now I can place the 2 crushing wheels here. And yeah, this is actually becoming really long. So maybe I really should bend the belt from here. So if I just do this, maybe I should. Well, maybe I do want 1 pair of crushing wheels. So, and then turn it right at this edge. So again, if I do this with the belts, I'm hoping the length is not too much and it is able to remain as 1 continuous belt. So vertical, Russian wheels, and now I should be able to do this. Another belt like this. Oops. And this is where my gravel drawer will go. And actually, don't I already have one? Or no, actually, or maybe I have one for sand. Let me check. I already forgot what kind of drawers I have. No gravel sand here right now, so yeah. But there is something for clays in there. Yes, I have my clay all in here, so I am gonna move that right away to this one. And my flint I should probably also have in here. And I can take out my drawer lock and do this. And probably a lava bucket right away. Yep. Where else should I put a lava bucket? Probably on this final one. Okay, so a dirt block here as a placeholder for the drawer. So this is where the drawer will go for the gravel. And now we just need one more pair of crushing wheels for the gravel itself. So maybe have the belt going from here. I might redesign this again, but this is kind of the basic draft. So I don't even know if this will deposit properly onto here, but we'll see. Actually, you know what? I don't need this belt to extend like this. I can just do this and it'll work, supposedly. So now it's two more of these. And finally, this is where the split should happen between cobblestone and andesite dust. So actually, let's make this slightly more compact. I don't really care that much if my funnel clips into the crushing wheels a little bit, so I just think it'll work better for what I want to do here. So move the belt to here. Now the crushing wheels will clip into each other unless I do this. Oops. So again, shaft, this. Okay, yeah, this is pretty nicely spaced out. In fact, I could place the drawer on the angle, but it's fine. This should work well enough. I should be able to split between these two belts using a brass tunnel. So I just continue them both along like this. One here and one here. Actually, not exactly like this. What I'm gonna want to do is have a third belt coming in here like this. And this will be where our brass tunnels go. So it goes into here, and the cobble is sorted into here, and the andesite is into here. I am assuming at least that's gonna work, I'm hoping. If it's not, I'm gonna have to redesign this slightly, but that's okay. For now, let's see if it'll work like this. So now all I need to do is continue this a little bit further. And if I place a crushing wheel here, yes, that seems to be just fine. So this, oops, and this. And now all I need to do is to output from the stone growth chamber right here. So I'll probably put a brass funnel on it and have it output maybe exactly 16 each time. Seems like a good number. And now I can build the chamber itself. So let's recap that I did everything correctly. Andesite comes out, gets crushed into cobble and andesite dust. Cobble gets crushed into gravel, gravel gets crushed into sand, clay, and flint. Sand gets haunted into soul sand gets haunted into netherrack, and netherrack mixes with the andesite dust to make the lava. That all seems correct, and yes, I don't think I've actually shown a blaze burner on here with a straw, but yes, this is a regular blaze burner, and if we give it the straw, it gets a little soda hat thing. Look at it. That's funny. So, now again, I just gotta wear everything up, get all the rotations going in the right direction, and actually connect it to some kind of output. So maybe a tank. Of course, I'll need another subnet. I've already prepared my interface and storage bus, but I'm gonna need a bunch more storage buses if I want to connect it to all of these. Oh. Ship, you shouldn't be here. Gonna get crushed. So yeah, let's sleep and get to connecting all of this up. Okay, I've made my tunnels and I got an advancement. Can't find it here, but it was called Funnels Shed Sibling, which is funny. So the two tunnels go onto here, and I'll need the wobble in this one, and the andesite dust in this one. So if it is working as an independent system, it will be getting a surplus of cobblestone, so we will be burning it off here. But if we plan to take things from here, it may actually become short on cobblestone, or well, netherrack in that case, so maybe we need a way to burn off the excess andesite dust as well. I'll need to think about that. Maybe we do leave it as an independent system and don't connect any storage to this. But then the drawer would be kind of useless. Well, I might also make a drawer for the andesite dust and just have the whole thing shut off when everything is full. Maybe I'll do that. For now, while I'm not actually doing anything with it, let's just see if it works in the first place. So, this. Not yet, so let's place you back and set you to 16. And now we're producing the andesite. Let's see, so if I do this, can bump it back into here. And then maybe into some kind of tank back here, like this. This doesn't look the greatest, but I think it'll work. So I'll just place the tank over here. And now for the sub-network. So should be able to just do it like this. And now quartz fiber. So now after I place the tanks here, I can just connect a storage bus to it, and then I'll do a cable along here for connecting to these guys if I decide that I do want it. I shouldn't leave this pipe pointing into the air for now, because it'll start flooding stuff with lava. So, to bring in the power, maybe let's do it all from above. So if I just place an encased chain drive out here, that's almost a direct route from the engine. And here we go. Maybe I'll build some kind of support for this so that they look better. But we can start doing this. So, first off, something to go here. That would be a vertical one. Actually, that's a slightly inconvenient place for that because it's right above the mixer, ironically. So can maybe do this. Okay, the mixer is going. Now for all of these belts, I can have a shaft here and a gearbox work in this one. Then for this, a gearbox work here. Okay, I finally did it. These are all locked to the correct items. Now I just need one for the gravel. Okay, gravel on this. And now we're producing. Now I just gotta swap all the funnels and connect this stuff. Now this should also be easy enough. If this is the right way, let me see. So if I just connect this. No, they are sucking it, so I'll need to reverse this direction here, which is easy enough. Just a couple of cogwheels. Oops. And now they're blowing. Let's just encase all of this. Well, encased belts don't really look any different when they're on the floor. So I'll probably just put some kind of like trapdoors on top of this to cover it up. But yeah, now we're double hunting. So all I need is just a bunch of brass funnels, so I'll get back with those. Okay, so this becomes brass. This. This. Okay, now, yes, it seems that the cobblestone is unfortunately getting stuck in this tunnel if it backs up, so I am going to have to redesign this slightly. I need to start the burner with just a little bit of something burnable, and it should just start producing the lava. Let's see. Yes. It's working. Oh, I forgot to actually power the pump. That's gonna be another cogwheel. And then something like this. I've created a bit of a monstrosity, but it works. Look at that. Now I just need to make this output one block to the side, so that it's not... Yeah. Let's deal with this now. So let's place our tank. I think a 3x3 will be good. So just like this. Bam. And we're producing. Well, let's make it a 3x3 cube. And now we can just connect a storage bus to this once we have one. Because I haven't crafted any extra. Now on to this part. How exactly will I fix this? Okay, I think this should be easy enough just by placing an extra belt here, and then I can move this one block to the side, and it should all be good, so let's do that. And a gearbox here. And now we should be able to just filter this to andesite dust. And now we can remove this tunnel. Remove this piece of belt. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. Yes, okay. So this should now work with just a single brass tunnel on here. Move this gearbox to here. Can fill the dirt back in. The lock will go here. And now andesite dust here. Cobblestone here. And just place a shaft here and it should all work now. Yes. Looks like everything is being sorted into the correct direction. So now let's just fill the dirt back in here. So it's all a bit cleaner. And yeah, now that's lava fully automated. And I should be able to just add a storage bus here, and that'll be lava storage connected to our system. Speaking of which, another thing I wanted to do was to make some dense cables, because as I've mentioned before, I don't really know much about A2, but I do know that if I use a controller, then using normal cables on it is actually kind of wasteful, because a regular cable only has 8 channels, while a dense one can provide 32, 4 times as much, and it's basically 4 cables just rolled into one. So we can have that as our main cable, and then subsystems branching off of that, so it could have potentially 32 subsystems from a single cable, and a cable from every side of the controller. And then of course we can make the controller into a multi-block to have an even bigger capacity, but that's all for later if I set up some way bigger automations. For now, let's check out these cables. The recipe seems a bit weird, so... Okay, so a dense smart cable is for smart cables. Smart cable is a covered cable with shimmer and glowstone dust. And a covered cable is just a cable with some wool or rubber. So let's make like... I don't know how many I want. Maybe like half a stack to start with, and then I can do this. Oops. With the covered cables, and yep, 32 smart cables, and somehow I completed the quest the first cables. Interesting. And now I just combine this, and yeah, smart cable. Okay, so I should be able to now just replace our regular cables with these ones for a much higher capacity. Now, of course, I'm gonna need more of those, but this is sort of a proof of concept to make sure all of this does work. So I believe we can't actually connect stuff like terminals and buses and so on directly to the dense cable. It actually needs to connect to the thin cables. And you can see this one is 10 of 32 channels taken up. And here's 3 of 32 channels, so I guess the rest are all here. I guess I might have actually been over capacity with the sub-networks. Interesting. But now everything definitely should be working. So we got 3 sub-networks connected to this one. Or, well, not sub-networks, we have 1 sub-network here, 1 here, and of course the export bus with the lava. So let's make another storage bus and start doing the final part of this, which is the fish. And storage bus on here. And this should, yep, it's filling up with lava. Great. And by the way, I have also moved the voiding upgrade, the lava bucket, from the last drawer to the first drawer, because what's the point of having drawers if they're never gonna fill up? So they are all gonna fill up before the gravel starts getting voided, if we do get to that point. So yeah. So I've placed a conveyor here going into the melter, because I think what I wanna do is place the fish loop here. And what I think I'm going to do is have 2 drawers right here. One for the fish and one for the ink sacs. And the fish drawer is of course going to be what outputs onto this belt. And on it I will probably place, again, voiding upgrades using lava buckets. And the second one will be for the ink sacs. And actually I need a brass funnel here instead of an andesite, because it outputs 4 types of fish, but only 3 of them can be melted down into blood. So yeah, I'm probably gonna want to place them facing this way and just cover this up with the funnel once I set it all up. So I can do this right now, like this, not here. And what I'm gonna do here, I think, is have a clutch wired up to stop the entire system once this gets full. And I also think I'm actually gonna do the same with this one. So a clutch here, And then gonna be a redstone link here that reads how much lava is in here. Or maybe I could even do it just with the blade energy stick right here. Let me see. So if I place it here, I might be able to just have a level emitter here that activates when there is 270 buckets of lava here and just turns everything off. So it might be a good option. For now I removed this one so that it's not, making all this noise and maybe less intensive on my GPU. So let's get back to this. First off, of course, we're gonna need the input funnels on here. I'm gonna need some kind of belt. There'll probably be a belt coming in here like this. I don't know how long. Maybe it'll be short. Also, I think what I could do is, yes, it is gonna look a bit weird, but I could just have it extend up to here and connect to this belt. So if I do this, so this and this, and now I can encase this, and yeah, I think this looks okay. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, having the inksets shut off the whole system won't be a great idea if I'm not actually using them. So for now, at least, I think there is gonna be a void upgrade for this as well. And I might remove it later on if or maybe add the shut off thing to it. I could even do it so that if either of those are full, it shuts off. Well, no, actually, if both of those are full, that would be a correct way to do it. So yeah, let's not worry about that too much for now. Let's do this. Or actually, this will probably be better. So belt goes here, basin goes here, press goes here. And now this will output everything onto the belt, and I should be able to get a gearbox into here to... Oh, yeah, just realized the belts are not... I'm not gonna want... Though have the belts rotating the same way, it's gonna be opposite way. So, yeah. Gearbox here. And now I just want to loop the sponges onto here and back into the press. So how would I go about that? Probably a belt here, and let me just get more belts. Like this. And I'll probably just have a fan running here. But there is a problem, and it's that they need to actually be wet in order to be accepted here. So I could do a all filtered funnel on the basin thing, or I could maybe do another drawer to hold the dry sponges just to filter them out. Okay, so I've placed the fish and the ink sac in the drawers for now. I'll fill in the rest later. So what I think I can do here is place my fan here, have it blow onto these three belts, and then my drawer for the sponges will be here. Actually, you know what I could do? Instead of placing the drawer here and having this belt, I could actually make it in a different way. I could extend this belt to here. I could have this drawer on top of here, and I could have a hopper going down from it. Place it like this, and the drawer on top. And now a funnel. Now if I lock this to dry sponges, it should only accept sponges once. Well, no, I meant wet sponges again. So wet sponge, bam. Now this should only accept wet sponges. And if I place my water here, after I lock it in with something, it should all work. So let's see. Okay, so what I think I wanna try doing is maybe some copycat trapdoors. So we can just place a zinc in a stone cutter and we have all kinds of stuff in here. Copycat trapdoor. Let's try this. So I can block in my water like this and like this. And now I should be able to just place it. Oops. Not like this. Apparently belts are waterloggable. I did not know that. Okay. But I actually don't know if it'll wash through a trapdoor like that. I'm gonna have to check using my hand crank. So is this... Yeah, this is sucking. So if I do this... Yeah, I think it's working. And if I close it... Yeah, it's still working. So yeah. This is gonna be my washer setup. And I'm gonna need another one of these on the end. So this is locked to wet sponges. They all go in here. They get pressed. Everything that's not a sponge should come in here. Then they get washed. And yeah. Nice. Let's get to finally powering all of this stuff. So these belts should already be synced up properly. Now I can replace this with another gearbox. Then they should all rotate in the correct direction. Since these are on the ground and not in the ground, I'll do this for aesthetic purposes. Though these ones aren't visible, still, that looks much nicer, I think. Could also do it with all of these. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. And now to connect all of this stuff. So the press can just connect to like this. I can just have another belt for connection. Even if this is a bit messy, it doesn't exactly matter. This is all a self-contained sort of unit anyway. Now we just need to connect the fan and connect this to the rest of the system. So another tiny belt or a couple of cogwheels should do the trick. Now I just need to make sure everything is spinning the right way. So let me disconnect the press for now and see if I do this. Will it work correctly? So, and crank. No. When this is blowing, this is all going backwards. So I need to do this a bit differently. Oh yeah, I didn't even add a shaft here, I forgot to do this. So these are all going the right way. Okay, so I think something like this should work. So if I do all this and this, it should, at least in theory, be all spinning the right way now. Now I did want to leave a bit more of a path here, but I guess this is unavoidable. We have to do something either here or here to get it to rotate properly. Oh yeah, now I just need to connect this all to the rest of the power with the clutch and assemble all of this. First off, these two are already connected, yes. These two are also connected, and these two. So in theory, all I need is to just connect this belt to this one. And this should also be as easy as just another case chain drive, except I ran out, so let me just quickly go grab... Oh wait, no, I forgot about the deployer and the millstone here. But we should be able to do shaft here, in case, another chain drive, and that'll be it for all the belt systems. Ah, of course, and the pump and the mixer as well. How could I forget those? So yeah, once I finish connecting all of this up, that's gonna be it. Fully automated iron. Well, fully automated Crimsite. I'll probably also build a foundry finally and melt it in that. Let's finish this finally. So I can connect this pretty easily, just like this. Yes. And an encased shaft here. And to power this belt, I can just do something like this and this. Hopefully this all should work properly, so let's see. Oh yes, wait. Ah yes, the rose bushes are filling into the millstone. Okay, this is correct. So now I just need to power the millstone itself. And once this reaches 100 surplus rose bushes, it should turn off automatically. And now I just need to add the second mixer here and connect those and the pump. So for the pump, cogwheel can go here and probably just connect like this. Okay, for the mixers, we'll probably need a vertical gearbox to connect this rotation to vertical. So for this mixer, I can probably use a vertical gearbox here to connect this to this. Oh, and this one works too. I didn't even intend that, but it's not as fast. All the mixes are working, and all we have left to do is the millstone and that whole assembly. So the basalt, as you can see, is being produced automatically. That's good. Though it's actually not as fast as the mixer, interestingly. This has successfully shut off now that it's full of exactly 100 rose bushes. As you can see, this is working perfectly. So for the millstone, I can probably place a large cog here, another one here. I can just uncase this, and yeah, great. Okay, we're producing a lot of red dye, but it doesn't seem like there's any green. Shouldn't it be producing green? Oh, it's only a 5% chance. Okay, so let's just grab this and throw it on the belt. And it's all in the basin. Nice. Now we're getting some green. So we can put it in here and lock it. Oops. That is not what I meant to do at all. Let's try that again. So green in here and a funnel on here. Not here. Sorry. But yeah, okay. So now every component is being supplied except for the fish, the blood. So let's connect that. And I think the best way to connect this would just be right through here. But we have already put our expert bus in here, so I'll probably need to remove that and reroute it to go around. So I've bent the pipe a bit to let it pass through here. And now export bus. And let's reinsert the lava into it. Yep. And yeah, just a shaft here, and it should start running. Oh yeah, I can hear the press. Oh, and this is not right. This is not where the sponges should go. Okay. Let's try again. Let's see what it gives us this time. No. Okay, pufferfish. Good. This is a bit of a weird process, but once we get the final fish type in here, it should all start running properly. Yes. Here it is. Well, not here. Still, yes, now it's here. So we do not need to wash the fish. It already comes from the wet sponges. But yeah, this should now be fully working. Let me just lock the remaining doors, like this, this, and this. And yeah. It looks like this whole system is operational. I should be able to just place a brass funnel here, filtered to just a deny list of pufferfish, because all the others can make the blood. And now just make it go the other way. And we should be making Crimsite. Blood is going. Tough, cobblestone, red dye. And what are we missing? Did it need to be heated? I already forgot. I was doing this whole thing and I forgot if I needed to heat the burner or not. So let's see. Oh yeah. I just noticed that the funnels chat sibling is actually a quest and not an achievement. I thought it was an achievement when I got it. But yeah. Let's go here for Crimsite. No, no heating required. Oh, that had to be a press this whole time, not a mixer. Well, that was stupid of me. Okay, press in here. Turn it, and just one more cogwheel. And why did you just output cobblestone? Oh, it's compressed some cobblestone, of course. So I need to filter it to the Crimsite. Now it is going. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have fully automated practically iron production. It's not quite iron yet, but we simply crush it and let's see how much half a stack gives us. 22. Okay, 45 raw iron and 4 redstone, plus some red dye and granite as a bonus. And if we crush this raw iron again... Yeah, I didn't check how much we had, but yeah, it's quite a lot. And we'll get even more out of that if we blast it in a foundry. That's gonna be it for now. Finally, Crimsite is automated. I've added a lava bucket here to catch any overflow of green dye. And yeah, our goal for today is met. And thank you everyone for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.